Welcome back to the channel, folks. While the world is distracted by the constant noise coming from the US, the tariffs, the chaos, volatility, something absolute massive has been quietly happening right here in Canada. I'm talking about the largest clean energy investment in North American history. This is a 70 billion nation-building megaproject in Churchill Falls, Labrador. It could triple our clean power capacity and create tens of thousands of jobs and benefits all of Canada. It's the kind of investment that doesn't come around often. Today I'm opening the curtain for you and break this down into 3 blocks. We look at the power, how this project is a game changer for our grid. We look at the prosperity, the jobs, the critical minerals, the economic boom for all of Canada. And we look at the politics. Because, there is a huge risk that could derail the whole thing. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the sheer scale of what we are talking about here. This project, which involves Newfoundland, Labrador, Quebec, and the federal government, aims to nearly triple the current capacity of Churchill Falls. We're talking about producing 14,000 megawatt of clean, renewable power. To put that in perspective, that's enough electricity to light, heat, and cool every single home in Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver combined. That's the equivalent of 18 Hoover dams. The agreement includes expanding the existing Churchill Falls station, building a massive new Gull Island hydroelectric project, constructing over 660 kilometers of transmission lines, and adding 2,000 megawatt on onshore wind power in Labrador. This is a massive upgrade from the old 2024 proposal. Back then, the deal was worth about 36 billion to Newfoundland. Now, the value has jumped to 49 billion. This is a much better deal for the province. More power, more transmission, more control over their own resources. And here's the kicker. Hydro-Quebec is getting access to over 10,000 megawatts of this power at an average price of about 6 to 7 cents per kilowatt hour. This is a win for Quebec consumers and businesses alike. But it's also a huge win for Newfoundland, which finally gets to be the primary beneficiary of its own resources after decades of the notorious 1969 deal that locked them into rock-bottom prices. My God! This isn't just about keeping the lights on. This is about building an entire new economic corridor for Canada. The Labrador Channel is sitting on some of the highest grade iron and graphite deposits on the planet. Those are critical minerals that the world is going to need for batteries, for steel, for the clean energy transition that's going to come. But you can't mine them without power. This new transmission line will connect those mining operations directly to the clean energy grid. The federal government is investing nearly 20 million through the First and Last Mile Fund to support key mining projects like the Kami Iron Mine and the Focus Graphite Knife project. We are also talking about 23,000 construction jobs in the power phase alone and thousands more in mining, infrastructure and so forth. This project will add a staggering 31 billion to Canada's GDP. And here's what a lot of people miss. Even though the power is generated in the east, it benefits the entire country. The tax revenues from those workers and exports flow into federal coffers, which then funds everything from healthcare to transit projects in every province. It strengthens the Canadian dollar, and it helps to meet our net zero targets without putting all the pressure on provinces like BC or Alberta. This is a truly nation-building project. Prime Minister Carney put it as best. When we master energy, we master our destiny. Alright, The energy and the economics are massive. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, politics. This deal was signed on August 17, 2026, with a definite agreement expected by the end of the year. But here's the catch. Quebec's provincial election is scheduled for October 5th, 2026. That means there's a real chance that this deal could be up for grabs, because Parti Québécois, which is leading in the polls, has already said he would oppose, even tear up the agreement. So, while we are celebrating this as a generational opportunity, there's a massive political risk hanging over it. If the PQ gets in, everything could change. But here's the other side of the coin. The federal government is all in. They are backing the deal with $10 billion in financing, and they have referred the Labrador corridor to the MPO to fast-track approval. They are clearly betting that this project is too big, too important, too beneficial for the whole country to let it to fail. This is nation-building stuff, comparable to the Trans-Canada Highway or the St. Lawrence Seaway. You don't scrape those easily. So, there you have it, folks. Canada is sitting on a $70 billion opportunity to become a clean energy superpower. It's the kind of investment that creates tens of thousands of jobs, unlocks critical minerals, and strengthens our economy against foreign threats. You know what I'm talking about. While moving us towards a cleaner future. But the political risks are real. A future Quebec government could try to scrape the deal. That's the uncertainty we need to keep an eye on. One thing is for sure. While the US focuses on tariffs and coal, Canada is building for the future. This is our moment, and we can't afford to let it slip away. So here's my question for you. Do you think the Quebec election will kill this megaproject? Or is it really too big to fail? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to link and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Wilfried Lemkula with Europe Curious, where we don't just repeat the daily headlines, but open the curtain so you can see for yourself what's really behind it. See you in the next one.